What's up, everybody? BD here with another reaction video. And this is one I did. Yeah, I hate to even say the phrase because so many people say things like that. Like, this is not a video I wanted to do. But when I say that, the reason I didn't want to do it was because there's so many people out there with so many different views on this subject. The whole Charlie Kirk story. And it has hit people so many different ways. It certainly hit me a specific kind of way because of the way I believe. Um, Something you need to know about me right now is like when I comment on something, especially if it's something having to deal with any kind of issues anywhere or factual things anywhere, I try to do my research before I talk about it. Like, I really try to do my research before I talk about a real subject. And I don't do many videos on politics because it divides so many people, and so many people get up in their feelings and they can't have a conversation and they get mad and just chaos breaks loose for no reason, for childish reasons, really, because you can't talk about it like an adult, right? You can't disagree like an adult. So I've tried to stay away from it, but I've had so many people message me and talk to me, and why don't you do this and say something about it? Because I love Charlie Kirk. I do. I'll just say that right now. I absolutely love Charlie Kirk. I didn't agree with him on everything because, as normal humans do, we don't all agree on everything. That's not how this works. We're individuals for a reason. So there's no agreeing on everything. But I shared a lot of the same views. Definitely a lot of the same views. Biblically shared a lot of the same views. That man was certainly more of a faithful follower of Christ than I'll ever be. It's really, I feel shameful when I see just how easy it was for him and how dedicated he was to his faith, right? And that was one of the more spectacular things about Charlie Kirk. When he talked to people, he wasn't rude to people. He wasn't dismissive of people. And all these people who disagreed with him when they were having these debates, even the ones who were cussing him and acting foolish and doing all these threats, he was still respectful of them and tried to be nice to them. Then people want to say all these heinous things about Charlie Kirk that aren't true. So that's how I'm prefacing this, going into some of these videos from this memorial that we're gonna look at. And I would recommend this to anybody. If you're going to say something about somebody or about a certain topic and it's a hot topic, do your research. Don't look at some clip somebody's sharing, some hot button take that's taken out of context, and use that as the basis for your argument. I get it. You're passionate. Your feelings may be up in certain all directions, really. But find out first what the truth is before you go into it. So we're going to take a look at some of these. We'll take a look at some of these. I think this is what we're going to start out with. Marco Rubio gave a great speech the other day. I thought it was terrific. I enjoyed it. We're going to look at that real quick. We're going to check out Marco Rubio's, and we'll react to this one because it was pretty awesome. Let me get this pulled up. Well, no, I lied. This is the one of the memorial updates. We're going to look at this one first, and then we'll look at pieces for other things. Try to cram it all into this one video so I'm not making 15 different reaction videos to this subject. Here we go. Let's take a look.
Thousands of mourners from across the country paid their respects to political activist Charlie Kirk. President Trump and other White House officials were on hand in Glendale, Arizona for the moving tribute to the slain conservative organizer. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
Charlie Kirk's widow addressing thousands who gathered to celebrate the life and legacy of her husband. She says she forgives the man who shot and killed her husband.
I forgive him.
She will.
That was the most powerful moment of the entire memorial. This lady lost her husband 11 days earlier to an assassin's bullet. And her faith in God, her faith in Charlie is so strong that she can sit up there and do that. I've seen a lot of people try to say that this woman is fake. She doesn't seem like she seems like she's just putting on a front here, and it's an act. It is not an act. People sound and react differently, and they behave differently. All right, not all of us are Oscar winners when it comes to our emotions. I'm sorry, you have a certain particular way that you think people should react under duress, or how they should come across to you to fit your needs. Tough. Get over it. Because that's not how emotions work. It's not how we work as human beings. Your body's going to react to how it reacts and how it's made. So get off of that.
Now take over as the leader of Turning Point USA, the organization her late husband founded at the age of 18. Kirk was gunned down September 10th during an event on the campus of Utah Valley University.
After Charlie's assassination, we didn't see violence. We didn't see rioting. We didn't see revolution. Instead, we saw what my husband always prayed he would see in this country. We saw revival. Charlie died with incomplete work, but not with unfinished business. I will miss him so much because our marriage and our family were beautiful. They still are.
President Trump watching from a secure suite with other top administration officials before taking the stage.
Less than 2 weeks ago, our country was robbed of one of the brightest lights of our times, a giant of his generation, and above all, a devoted husband, father, son, Christian, and patriot.
President Trump saying Kirk was violently killed because he spoke for freedom and justice.
None of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk, and neither now will history.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
All
right, there's that one. I'm going to find you a couple more, but just a couple of words on that. Trump was also I thought Trump did a good job of easing the heaviness in the room. Him and Don Jr. both did a great job at easing the heaviness of the room. Don Jr., of course, with his impersonation of Trump, which was hilarious. And what a great moment to do it, because it was speech after speech, and it was heavy because you're already sad. You already hated the fact that he was gone. It's a heavy subject. And then Don Jr. gets up there and takes some of the heaviness out of the room. It says what he's going to say and speaks his mind about Charlie Kirk, and it was beautiful. And I thought Don was actually one of the better speakers of the day. Marco and J.D. Vance crushed it, of course. Erika crushed it. But then Trump came out, and Trump's going to trump it. He's going to talk. He's going to talk a while. But there were a couple of key points that people are getting in there and trying to clip out and make into something that it's not. Like this whole hate thing. I hate my opponent. He was joking, obviously making a laugh. He probably does mean it. But he was still joking in the moment about how good of a human being Charlie Kirk is compared to himself. Where Charlie Kirk hated nobody. He always tried to talk to people. And so that one moment, people are just trying to say, see, Trump just hates people. He couldn't even talk all nice there. He had to talk about hate. It was an obvious joke. But people who want to find something to be mad about are always going to find something to be mad about, period. That's how that works. Every single time, that's how that works. And then, of course, afterwards, another thing I saw, which is so stupid, that people are this ignorant, blows my mind still. And I shouldn't be surprised. I should never be surprised with how ignorant people are, but they are. I mean, we see it in comments and stuff in the comment section of videos all the time. We understand what the online community is, right? There's a lot of garbage people out there. So you saw the final image. He brought Erika back out. She was hugged up against his shoulder. And then she turns around to the camera and she does this. And you've got these idiots out there saying, she made the devil horns. Look, Ma, she made the devil horns. She's of the devil. No, she wasn't. That's not what she was doing. That's not it at all. It was that gesture is in sign language. All right. I want you to go look it up. Go look it up what it means in sign language. Because I'm not even going to tell you. Look it up. This is your first opportunity to actually do some research for those of you who don't do it. Look it up. You'll be amazed at what you find out there. You'll be amazed at what the truth actually is. Had this conversation with somebody today. We were talking about the truth and what the internet does, right? How people, AI, like people are talking about AI is going to take over jobs and all sorts of stuff. You still have to have somebody to input all that information. But AI isn't perfect. It always gets stuff wrong. Why? Because all it does is scan the internet for its information. And who puts that information on the internet? Flawed human beings. They put that information on the internet. So the information is going to be wrong. Look at Wikipedia. Anybody can go write anything about anyone they want to on the Wikipedia pages. Yeah. They just go make stuff up. Happens all the time. If you're going to Wikipedia for truth, don't. You're not going to find it there. You're not going to find it there. All right. I'm going to give you another one here. We're going to look at other things. Hold on. We're going to look at a couple of other things. But I thought her forgiving them was just unbelievable. I just thought it was unbelievable. That took some power. I mean, it took something. It was unbelievable to me what that was like, and it was. See, here you go. Here's some garbage stuff right here. I'm not going to pull this one up because this is what happens when Satanists and those type of people come together. If they would actually watched it with it's wild. And I know y'all want me to pull it up, but I'm not giving that channel the time of freaking day. I'm not going to do it. And because I'm talking about Charlie Kirk, it's the only reason I'm not cussing about what I just saw. But that was definitely a revival on Sunday. It was. It was definitely a revival on Sunday. Let me we're gonna play this real quick. I'll play this for you. And we'll talk about this one real quick before we get off of here. Because I can go off all day on this whole subject. And I know y'all don't want that. But I could go all day on this subject because of how much it pisses me off. No, it does. It does. Here we go, right? Let's see.
Welcome, everyone. I'm not widely known for being a sentimental guy. Anyone who's seen me on social media knows I'm far more likely to crack a joke or get myself in trouble for posting some grossly inappropriate memes than I am to shed a tear. I know this because I've even gotten the call from that guy a couple times. You know, Don, you're getting a little aggressive on social media, Don. Relax.
Look, that's hilarious. I don't care. That's funny. That's hilarious. I don't care what you think. That's hilarious. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. I mean, Don Jr. making fun of his father right there, impersonating him. And you see Trump's, loved it. He didn't mind it at all. He didn't mind it at all. And I thought the day was good. Some of the best speakers up there. I mean, they were. I mean, when do you ever see the whole cabinet up there? You saw Elon Musk there. Elon Musk and Donald Trump reuniting. What? And that was Charlie's dream. His hope was that those two could reconcile. And I tell you, if you don't think, people who thought when he died, you saw all these heinous, evil-ass people. Evil people. I'll call them what they are. Evil people. Celebrating Charlie's assassination. Just sick, right? Just sick. And they thought, they just destroyed that movement. Oh no. All it did when they martyred Charlie Kirk, all it did was elevate that movement. All it did was get people even more engaged. All it did was make people want to stand up and go, you know what? You're right. No more. We're not putting up with the psycho talk from the left anymore. And it is psychotic talk. But you can have your own opinion on it, and that's up to you. We can agree to disagree. That is certainly on you. But I was asked to talk about a few of these things. I was asked to react to a couple of things. I've done that. Now we're going back to our regularly scheduled programming right here. Guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for your subscribing. Thanks for your sharing. Thanks for your liking of the videos. And I will catch y'all in the next one.